Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Avorion. In the previous episode of Avorion, I've been able to defeat the AI, and that caused a bit of a mess, as you can tell by all of this stuff out here in the distance. Fortunately, the Vulture is ready to clean up the sector and make it, well, a bit easier to traverse. In the meanwhile, I have different plans for the provinces, as we're going to head over to this smuggler hideout, which was the original destination at the previous episode, because I'm still carrying a bit of stolen stuff and I need to sell that off. Especially stolen electromagnetic charges are going to yield a pretty nice price at the end of the day. So let's get over there and start making these things unbranded. Let's see, where was the hideout exactly? Here you are. Alright, 60 clicks out. Now we have a bit of a trickle coming in from the mine and from the metal plate factory. So those two are going to be yielding me a bit of cash in the background. It's not going to be a lot, but these piracy yields will definitely assist in ability to expand further. Especially this ship. I want to make it bigger. The real question is how and where. Because I don't really know how I'm going to be able to expand the ship without completely redesigning it. Well, I have an idea, but that would involve tearing off the wings where I currently have the engines. It's also going to be a fairly expensive enterprise, so I'll probably need a bit more than 3 million for that. But that would allow this ship to get a lot more space. Alright, I have an interaction. There we go, docked. Alright, unbrand stolen goods. First these small bits, so I can all immediately refine them at a dock. And 58 Trinium. The ammunition, I have 213. And 366 stolen electromagnetic charges. And that puts me down to 1.1 million. Hold on, do I still have more? Yeah, there we go. Now I have all of them refined. Who buys electromagnetic charges again? I know I can sell them to... No, I can buy them at a turret factory. But they won't buy them. Maybe a shipyard or an equipment dock will buy them. Let's head over there and check. There's the jump position. Now I'm pretty much broke at this point. 431,000 left, so I have to be a bit careful. Especially buying and, well, not so much buying, but making sure that your own ships get paid. That is pretty important. Alright, equipment dock. Trade goods. Sell to station. Yes, they will buy all the ammunition that I'm carrying, the ammunition M. So let's make a stop there. It's not going to yield me a ton of money, this ammunition M, but if I recall the episode, it was more as sort of a quick grab than anything that I had intentionally started to hunt down. So yeah, I wasn't really expecting this thing to completely fund the piracy operation. That bit is going to come out of that other stuff that I stole. As for my cargo bay, I still have a load left. Lots of space. Alright, we're docked. Trade equipment. No, sorry, trade goods. Trade goods. Sell off 220 ammunition. That just got me only 95,000. Right, so now I'm trying to sell off electromagnetic charges. Who uses that? The outpost? Yes. The military outpost has plenty of room for my 366 electromagnetic charges. They probably pay a pretty fair price for that as well. Not too far. There we go, docked. Okay, sell off. 366, and now I'm at 6.9 million. That's a lot better. Right. I think it's time to change this ship. By changing it, I hope to get more slots, because I'm currently running 9 equipment slots, and I would like to get to 10 or even 11. Shielding-wise, the ship has 503,000 shields, but can definitely use a bit more, as I'm venturing closer to the center of the galaxy. And I would like to upgrade my firepower, which, again, requires more slots, and more slots require a bigger ship. So, here's what I have planned. I want to use this part, this core, if you will, as a sort of saucer section. So I'm going to have a couple of extra sections coming out of the ship. That means that the integrity field gen is gone, directional thrusters are gone, the blank hull, the other trinium edge, the thrusters, the engines, and now the ship's complaining. Your acceleration is very low. Yes, it would be, because I don't actually use any of those anymore. I'm probably going to relocate the hangar as well. Hold on, they cannot even fly out this side. Peculiar. What do I have in front of that? Can I just delete that? Now, I believe that you can get away with deleting it temporarily, but don't keep this situation for too long, or you're going to find that your fighters will probably disappear. Let's see. Generated power. Quite good. I have 100 gigawatts to work with. So let's go for a trinium shield generator first. And make that along the core of the ship. There we go, that puts the shielding at almost 1,000,000. 967,000. And I'll also fill up this little line here. Oh, you're a bit too tall there, buddy. What's that? That's a gyro array? Oh, right, that was that little bit that I put over there. Okay. I want to make sure that this fits. But if I do it like that, it's going to try and clip through the structure. Yeah, I need to change the grid size a bit. There. Now I need to make it long enough. Does that fit? I think that fits. Can I merge them? No, not quite. Not quite. But I now have 1,000,000 shield hit points. So that's going to leave the ship very well defended. Alright, then this part of the hull, the trinium edge. I'm going to make this thing wider to make sure I get a bit more room to work with on this side. What do I want here? Well, gyros. The closer they are to the core of the ship, the more they actually do for me. Roll of the ship's quite good, although it doesn't really say that much at the moment, because I haven't really expanded the ship very much. Let's put one gyro array there. It puts my roll at a solid 4. And then I want the other one to be pitch. And that should go along the length of the ship, like that. Alright, pitch is 0.59. And then down here I can probably use the yaw. How do I need to spin that? No, not like that. There, that's the yaw. Alright, extend that out. There. Yaw is 0.36 at the moment. That's not a whole lot. But what I want to do is in the nose, or at least, let's say towards the bow section here, set up a thruster. A directional thruster that pushes the ship left and right. If it wants to fit, that is. Which it doesn't, because this gyro over here is too big. Right. The thing is, if I make it this big, it won't really do that much for yaw, because... Oh, sorry, because it's not angled as a yaw thruster. Because it doesn't really have a counterpart. So right now, yaw just went up to 0.44. If I put up another thruster over here, yaw is going to go up even more. Although that was a very, very small thruster. Yeah, this thing's a bit annoying. I would ideally just have it that size, so I'm using these things as sort of building chunks. One more. There. Okay, and then over here. This would be a pretty nice spot for thrusters which point up and down. Because that would help with my pitch. Pitch is already 0.54, but it can definitely be a whole lot better. Let's expand that. That's too much. It's too little. There. Alright, pitch 0.58. And again, because it doesn't have a counterpart pushing it in the other direction at the back, it doesn't really do that much. If I add a big pitch thruster here, this one is going to fire, for example, downwards. So it's going to push the ship that way, and this one's going to push the ship the other way, and then it'll spin. That's the plan anyway. Right. What is next? I'm going to make this thing like an X-wing, so pointing up this way and that way. That could offer a fair amount of weapon emplacements, come to think of it. And a good position for thrusters as well. I could have my hangar in here, so I could still be moving and have a pretty efficient docking bay. 377 spots for fighters. Let's see, this is a thruster block, which I think is not really too well positioned. Let's see, I want to have those firing off to the side, like that. There you go, there's the pitch, 0.66. Let's do that a bit more. And now I'm just going to be trying to spitball this a bit. This is the focus block. And now we're going to activate the Y-axis. So the Y mirror is now activated. That was Shift Y that I clicked there. And this should fit. Hold on. Maybe it's easier if I just add two of these as two separate blocks, like that. Because that would make it a lot easier to put up these trinium edges. Like that. Now this is going to make sure that the ship is definitely not capable of going into asteroid fields anymore. That's something you really do not want to be doing with this ship. It's going to be too big, it's going to be too unwieldy to go in there. Let's see, power generation, 133 out of 182. Processing power, 20.32. So that should have freed up another slot. No, at 31. Oh crap, I need to get a lot more here. Let's get rid of these edges. Let's get rid of that thing. And this one. Oh, there's a turret on there, isn't there? Yeah, point defense chain gun. That one, that one. Set this as the focal block. Time to add a couple of processing cores. I can, however... Yeah, here they are, Trinium. I was hoping to build this out of Xanian, but I don't have enough of it. This is going to give me another 4,000 processing power. And it's not even the full length of the ship yet. There, that's almost 10,000 processing power. Because I'm now at... No, hold on, no it's not. Oh, it's because I'm mirror moded. Right. Yeah, that's the Y-axis. Yeah, it's not going to add that much. It's going to add 4,000. Oh, that's a start. Here too. And here. This was my transporter core. This is another computer core. Hold on, not that wide. Bit less. There. Is that the same width? No, it's one too wide. Maybe aligning it with that is easier, but then I have to make it shorter. Here. Processing power, 26,000. Now adding additional engines also helps. Quite a lot with processing power. Merge those together. And now they're too different of a size. Yeah, there we go. These are extending a bit farther than these bits are. So I would have to try and get this block here. There. Whoops, hold on. That was supposed to be a computer core, not something else. And just make that smaller. Still too big. Well, that's another option. Just do it like that. Now I have one massive computer core block. Processing power 26,000. Not enough. We have to go bigger. How am I going to fix that? I also really need to have a look at the yaw. But that can be fixed later on with the thruster system. Actually, these thrusters, these directional thrusters, they're not bad, but they need to be in a different orientation. They need to be yaw thrusters. Like that. Because if they're pushing up and down for roll, then I would much rather have those on here. Because that would do a lot more for my ship. And now my yaw is back at 0.45. Pitch is 0.44. Again, that's going to get fixed. I can put a couple more smaller thrusters up here and down there. Pitch 4.9. What am I going to do with all this space? I might have to change these angles a bit more. Because with the current angles, I'm limiting myself a bit. Although what I could do is go for a Trinium corner. Trinium corner 2. And try to align that here. No, not like that. Spin it. Align it like... Need to focus on the block, that's way easier. Rotate. There we go. And just make it a bit smaller. So I still sort of retain the edge of the ship. But at the same time, I just give myself a whole lot more territory or how much more space to work with here. Which is probably going to be too much to fill in with my budget of 4.5 million. What is next? More generators. And also structural integrity gens, probably. Although currently the whole ship is covered. Yeah, so we're fine for that. Trinium generators. That's another 61 gigawatts. Now I'm 305 gigawatts. Processing power 28,000. Shield generator. Shields 1.55 million. Processing power 29.15. Money 2.5 million. Hyperspace core. Just add the range of the ship. It's too much. It's too expensive Trinium wise. Alright, computer core. These are expensive modules to place, but they do push my processing power to beyond 31. So now I have at least the processing power that I want. And what I can also do is set up a smaller-ish hangar over here. Because that will allow the ships to also launch and dock on these sides of the ship. Like that. Especially if I have more squadrons than one, this will help. Now I can make these two, these two blocks into one. And I can put another hangar over there. This thruster, directional thruster, can be made like that. Which will again assist. Can I remove that without losing structural integrity? No. Crap, I need that generator. Alright. But I can hide it. Like that. So now the structural integrity of the ship is still warranted. It still works. I'm just going to fill the rest of this up for the moment with Trinium framework. Because I don't really have a lot of cash left. So I'm going to have to do this slightly different as to what I was planning. It's a bit too long. Now it's not quite long enough. Grid size to 0.25, please. There, now it doesn't... No, it does extend into the hull. Come on. Maybe easier to just use a couple of smaller frameworks. I know this doesn't look good for the ship, but later on I can fill these in, and I will fill these in, because there's going to be a lot more to this ship than what I have now. It's another metal grid. I'm going to make these bigger. These wings here. So that's the edge and edge, y-axis mirror, and the edges here. Oh crap, it merged the block together when I pressed merge at some point. Right, so I'll have to do that again. These were two separate blocks. Like that. Okay, edges. Spin it. And just extend those pretty damn far. Now, how much power can I get if I put Trinium engines on these, which in this capacity I cannot afford? I can get a pretty decent speed of 927 meters per second. So that'll definitely get me up to speed. Slowing down is not something that the ship does well. And of course, rotational. Roll is pretty good. Pitch needs work. It's going to help a bit with the pitch. 0.12, 0.22. There we go, we're at a 0.61. And the yaw. If I put these out like this, it doesn't really help too much with the yaw. Not nearly as much as I had hoped. Now, the provinces look like it just went through a scrapyard and sort of escaped. So, there's a lot left to be done on this ship. A lot of work. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have the budget for it. I have 1.6 million. And I still need to adjust some of the things on here. For example, my name tag. I'm probably not going to keep that here, because I want to continue with that sort of sloping feel that the ship has to it right now. And this is, well, not quite what I was looking for. So let's try and get at least some of the, let's say, the edge of the ship back. Trinium edge would go here, spun around. Oh crap, I need another one of these blocks, don't I? Yep. And then another one of those here. And that still leaves me a fair bit of room behind this thing. So that could be another framework. Lacking anything better. And then over here on the top with the last of my Trinium. Did I really spend 200,000 Trinium? Because I thought that's how much I had to start. Oh, I can't afford that. Still can't afford that. There. That's sort of what I'm looking for with the ship design. Still sort of retaining that, well, that fairly gentle edge on the ship. Although, yes, it does need a lot of work. The game did Y mirror these things, which is not really what I was expecting it to do. Of course, I had that Y mirror on, and I got what I deserved, but still wasn't expecting it. Also, this computer core is a bit too far forward. But I need more Trinium. So the first priority is going to be get more Trinium. Also, get more mechanics. I have 218 mechanics out of 240 that I need. And what I also want to do is, in one of these parts, set up a cloning vat. So I can start to clone my own crew. So it's cloning pods and an academy. Now these require a load of Xanian, 30,000. And the academy also requires a fair bit, but at least that's affordable. And the academy allows you to turn your own crew into a crew type that you need. So in this case, I have 84 crew members. And I have, for example, 65 untrained mechanics. I can now start training mechanics over here. So let's sort the ship out. If I escape. Yeah. I now have 53 crew left. I have 39 untrained engineers. Let's start training up a few engineers first. And I still need 94 mechanics. Yoink. Okay, let's get as many as I can. And then over here just hire a bunch more crew. Which is... No, it's not even going to make the ship overpopulated yet. What I can also do over here to get a bit more money is to just sell off the excess stuff that I have on board. We're going to have to fly back to the turret. No, to the equipment dock here. Jeez, it's a see-through ship at this point. There's so much construction that still needs doing. It's going to take a lot more episodes to get this thing completed. What do we have here? What can we buy from these guys, provided that I had money? Another turret control system for unarmed turrets. Nah. A laser turret? Not too impressed with the performance on that laser turret. Okay, we are docked. Trade equipment and sell off everything I don't need. There we go, that's 2 million. They do have our mining fighters for Trinium, but the ship has a mining wing. 2.7 DPS though. That's not a lot. Is your DPS better? 4. That's not half bad. I just need more mining ships. Let's see, we got a builder there. Here's the Vulture. Where's the Venture? Down here, isn't it? Yeah, there's the Venture. Alright, Venture, I need you to come over here for a bit. Oh. How much do you have on, Venture? What are you carrying? Trinium ore. Nice. I want to have the Venture take over the bay, or the fighting wing from the provinces. Because all of these miners are currently not doing anything. So it's time to go over there and deliver them. So I have to fly all the way over there. So here I was, casually jumping from sector to sector, trying to get to the Venture. At some point, I wandered into the sector commanded by the Aether. I don't know who these guys are, and I don't know what I did to them. But they really don't like me being here. And since my jump drive was recharging, I thought, you know what, I'll just do a bit of salvaging. So I sent my fighters off to go over there, and to just salvage the material. Or rather, to mine the rock. And that's when these guys attacked. So maybe this is their, I don't know, their holy rock or something? Oh, maybe it is. Because this seems to be one of those weird formations, and oops, I guess I just started mining their, I don't know what you call that, their sacred rock thing? I don't know. The name now is going to be mine. But let's say that these religious people are not very happy with my presence here. At least I get an opportunity to test out the new shielding on the provinces. And right now, since I'm taking on a bunch of cruisers, frigates and corvettes, well, I can't complain. The ship's doing really quite well. I've lost maybe 10% of my shields. And these guys don't really have a lot to fight with. So, I guess this is going to be a pretty one-sided fight. And I will get their Naonite, because that's what I'm mining. I was hoping to find Xanian, but that's not even what I found. So it's just a bit of, let's say, lower level stuff. Oh well. Just thinking I can get away with a bit of mining, and I, in turn, start mining their sacred rock. My bad. Never underestimate the, well, the conviction of these religious spacefaring people who are worshipping a sacred asteroid of some sort. Sacred to them, resources to me. Let's get rid of these. Orgonite? Oh, that's early. I mean, I'm barely finding Xanian around here. And now there's Orgonite? Orgonite is one of the highest tiers of material. It's just below Avorion. And I, in my own games, have, well, just begun to find it. I don't really find any use for it, though. Because Orgonite is a very heavy material, much like iron. So that means it's pretty useful for building armor. Not so useful for building anything else. So I just don't really know why I would be using Orgonite. So what I've been doing recently is just mine it and sell it off. Because beyond that, I haven't really found any use for that. If you have, then please let me know down below in the comment section what sort of stuff I should be building from my Orgonite. Because of course, I'll be getting more and more of it as this series progresses. How many more ships are there? Just the 3. After this one's gone, that is. Something that I've also been experimenting with off-screen is boarding. And boarding is pretty amusing because it allows you to capture the enemy ship and not so much, unfortunately, capture what they exactly have weapon-wise. So a ship that has, let's say, a similar firepower to you and that then gets boarded. It's not like you're suddenly going to have a ship with all of that firepower. The firepower, the turrets, the weapon systems, they don't survive. So you will have to rebuild the ship. And you will have to get more weapons on it. But it can save you quite a lot in the process while you're, well, let's say, trying to build a bigger fleet. Although I have found that the AI ship formats, they're not great. The way that the AI is so blocky and bulky with their ship design, it's hard to place turrets in a position from where they can constantly attack. Now, this seems to be the last one here. And I don't see any reinforcements coming in to save it either. So while this thing has 113,000 shielding, the provinces, when at full shields, has 1.55 million. So this thing really doesn't hold a candle and has about 10% of the shields that the provinces has. Now what I do need for the provinces is an upgrade in firepower. Because right now I don't have enough. This ship could have been melting a lot faster. That's the thing with Avorion. There's so much stuff that you can do, that you potentially want to do, and you're always limited by something. I was building the ship, I was limited by resources. I didn't have enough Trinium. I want to be building ships that can board, and that's something that I'll probably do with the 7 provinces at some point. The ship can do it, but I still need shuttles, I still need boarders. I need resources in order to do that, and that resource is going to be money. I want more mines, more factories. I want more salvaging ships. I want better miners. Because right now, sure enough, this is going pretty quick. This holy Naonite rock. But I want to mine faster, so I'll need a bigger mining ship. And I'll need better mining lasers. You're always going to need more of everything. You're always going to need more of everything. Speaking of more of everything, how expensive were these? 11,000 Trinium. No thanks. I don't have that much Trinium to begin with. No, let's completely devour this holy rock of theirs. Since I murdered every... well, what was it? Apostle or something? I might as well take them down. Oh, look at this, by the way. This wreckage has Xanian and Orgonite in it. And a fair amount, too. I need to get better salvaging fighters. Well, I need to get salvaging fighters, period. I don't have any. And all this while I was just trying to get these fighters delivered. This is just one of those random encounters. I mean, sure enough, I had on my map that there was something in this sector, but I didn't really pay attention to exactly what it was. And let's just say that they were not too happy to see me, and especially my fighters, flying out here and attacking their holy rock. Oh well. I wonder what happens when I completely destroy this thing / mine it. Sure enough, I have a lot of Naonite at the moment. That's a definite. And I also have scrap Xanian and a bit of scrap Ogonite. Probably broke off of their ships. 62, 4, and we're done. Alright guys, come on back. Let's see which way they take back aboard the ship. They're using the side hangars. Some are using that big hangar in the stern. Yeah, alright. Now, continuing on to the venture. And the venture is temporarily out of the sector here because it is over here and is refining all the stuff that it had on board. Which actually serves me quite well, refining the ores, because that gave me a bunch more Trinium. Venture, where are you at? I need to interact with you. So, enter the ship, stop the ship, build. I need a cargo bay. No, I already have a cargo bay. I need a hangar bay for this ship. Probably doesn't have to be very big either. Because I'm just trying to field, what, 12 fighters on it, I think? This is a hangar space of 8.8. So it would need to be a little bigger. And a little longer, I think. Unfortunately, I just cannot get these two things together and merge them. Oh. Never mind. I didn't say anything. Hangar space 47. It's good enough, I'd say. There will, however, be one more thing that I need. And that is going to be a transporter block. And such a transporter upgrade. See, it's almost like this thing was always here. I'm going to need a transporter upgrade to make sure that the salvaging mine... No, the mining ships can actually use the whole ship. No, 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 no. Not that big. Fine, I'll do it with an intermittent step. That one and that one. Oh. Right, you're different formats. That wide? Yep. And then I can build your titanium edge out. Spin and spin. Oh, it's still 2 blocks. There you go, now it's 1 block. Spin. Make it a bit bigger. See, it's almost like that was always a part of this ship. Just that thing is going to be a bit tricky to get right. It's going to be a really small edge here. There. Alright, that's the hangar done. Now I just need one small transporter block, drawn up out of Xanian. Transporter block. That's enough. Just make sure it's aligned. Okay, now it says I have a transporter block, but I miss a transporter software upgrade. I need a processing power of 5k. Shit. How many armed turrets or unarmed turrets do I have? 9 out of 10. I can install this one permanently. This is just the 2. It's basically a worthless one. I now have still 9 out of 10. So now I can install the transporter software. And now I just need to get closer from the provinces. I do like this little engine exhaust that we now have with the X-Wing. We need to get to, I think, 2 clicks in order to transfer these ships. And the pilots. That's also important. I have 15 pilots. This is a wing of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 fighters. So I'll need to get more pilots for myself. Alright, transfer crew. Pilots, all 12. And then the mining fighters. Off you go. Alright, so now I can... Small group of alien ships has arrived. Fortunately, they're not hostile. Zotan. Alright, Venture. I'm going to tell the ship to start mining 2 different sectors. That usually works a little better. So mine. Fly to here. Refine. Fly to there. Mine. Fly back. Refine. And fly there. And loop. So now it's going to mine. Jump. Refine. Jump to a different sector, mine, jump, refine again, and loop. And now we should see the Venture starting to use their fighters. Or her fighters. I have to say the roll on this ship is really quite good. I can already see the fighters, I think, over here. All those little dots. There are the fighter. What are they doing? Can you even find any more rocks, Venture? What are you mining? Oh, it's mining potentially a hidden asteroid. By the way, don't I have any more turrets that I can put on the Venture? Double titanium salvaging, titanium arm mining. No, that's not good enough. Point defense laser, launcher turrets. These are seeker missiles, but the damage is very bad. Double Naonite. Yeah, it'll mine Naonite and Trinium, but not more. Over here we got a couple of turrets, repair turrets, double laser, Tesla, Tesla again. Oh, hold on, that's a Tesla that does 1200 damage. Okay, how much do I do with my ship? Because I think I don't do that much. Double Tesla, 475. Shit, and that thing does 1200? Yeah, here, small double Tesla turret for 475. So this one... Holy shit, that's a lot better. Not enough slots for armed turrets. Yeah, that's because I temporarily installed a mining system. Let's make this one permanent. What other turrets are there that I might be able to use? This one's bad. Double laser. Cannons, not great. Repair. Tesla standard. Double Tesla. Even with that double bonus, 133% damage to shields, it's not going to be good enough. This new one is just still better. Double chain. Well, I can still install the point defense. Let's put that on the belly of the ship. And that's going to be slot 1. This is going to be slot 4. Firepower 7.64 Omicron. Now, Venture, show me what you're doing. Because I'm not even sure if the mining fighters from the Venture are able to keep up. Yeah, they are engaging a rock now. Very quickly as well. What did you get? Trinium and Xanian. Oh, nice. Very nice. And they also have a really big rock over here. I don't know what it is because the provinces doesn't have a mining system. And unfortunately the ship doesn't share information. But that might very well be Xanian. No, it's Naonite. I still always get the colors wrong. Look at how quickly that thing mines. Courtesy of all the fighters now. Good work. Okay, with more Trinium, I can at least start building a few more fighters on this ship. And I'm already building one. It's going to take me 11 minutes to build just the one fighter. It's going to take me a bit of time. In the meanwhile, what else do I want to do? I don't really want to do piracy again. Not yet. We have a turret factory here, but not a turret factory supplier. Maybe just scout out a bit more towards the center of the galaxy. So let's jump here, and then use the jump gate to get to Sacred Defeat Gamma. Just do a bit of exploring. Let the mining ships do what they do best. Where's my gate? Southwest. That one. If I find an equipment dock along the way, that would be great. So I can sell off some of those additional weapons that I harvested of other ships. I think that's the Vulture's job at the moment. Although I have quite a few ships at the moment. I'm not always keeping track of what everybody's doing. Yeah, this one has a lot of Naonite. And it's not just Naonite, it's also iron, trinium, and titanium. Alright. Okay, let's continue on. The south-southwest gate, Zanian Mercy of number 4. Quite a few mines in this sector. I think they claimed all the big asteroids already. Oh, look at this. This is a double one. Oh. That's a double mine. What you see here is 2 asteroids which are tied together. And another one here, actually. Coal mine. Impressive. Oh. Anyway, we're on a scouting operation here, so let's keep going. What is this sector? At least there's a shipyard. Anything else? No, just a shipyard. Loads of unknown signatures here. I first want to see where some of the other factories are. Now this ship can do it, but the Roadster is probably better at it. Just not sure if I gave the ship a captain yet. I did. Okay. Go here. Yeah, let's just check out that unknown energy signature. See what that is. And then wait for the Roadster to catch up. Anything out here? Oh, a research station. That's actually not a bad idea, because I did pick up quite a lot of inventory that I can now use to create better systems. So let's go researching some stuff. Also a fair bit of trinium in this system. Some, what I think is Zanian. Oh, the 233 by 115 ship cannot find any more wreckages. So that's probably Vulture. Yeah, Vulture's gonna jump and then refine. So in this sector there are no more wreckages. Understood. I just need a refining station. Just go here, here. That's nothing. Here, then refine. And then just keep going, because I do need you closer. I need that ship to be pretty close to where the Provinces is, because if the Provinces wrecks up a couple of ships which get destroyed, like over here, we can still salvage those. So that should keep the Vulture busy for a while. Right. Interact. Am I docked yet? Yeah, I am. Okay, let's see. What do I have? What do I care most about are upgrades like armed turret slots. So I'll install 3 of these. And then an internal weapon defense system, because I never use these. They're defending against boarding. not docked. Now I'm docked. I was just about 100 meters out. Alright, try again. 1, 2, 3. And an internal defense system. There. Armed turret slots +2. Uncommon system. Now we got a lot of jump systems. Quantum hyperspace upgrades. I always try to mostly combine these things together. The more you combine of one type, the better the chances are that you're going to get that one type. And if you only use that type, like right here, with only transporter upgrades, you are guaranteed to get a transporter upgrade. The thing is, if I just install 3, like this, I get a 60% chance. So it's 20% chance for each, but a minimum of 3. If I install this, I get an 80% chance that is going to be the next tier. And if I install 5, it's going to be a guarantee that it's going to be a better one. Trading system. Always handy to have. Now for these, I don't want a 60% chance that it's going to be a better one, or a better one. I want a better chance, so I'll also add the W antimatter hull polarizer, and I hope that this one doesn't randomly take over. But it doesn't. And I have an improved trading system. Mining, 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 and another. Okay, that's a better one. Cargo, cargo, cargo. And a battery upgrade. I never really used the battery recharge upgrades anyway. Better cargo system. 4 turret control systems combined into one better. This stuff is all so low value that I don't really care what comes out of it. Didn't give me a better one. Okay, that was not expected. 3 loot collectors and a battery. Better loot collector system, although the range is still very limited. What else? Shield, 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 and augment that with a battery. Better shield. 54% shield durability, but 25% less generated energy. Unarmed turret slots. Very handy upgrades to have on miners and scrappers. And with these last, I don't really care what comes out of it. Alright, 3 armed or unarmed turret control systems. Add that a cargo bay, and we have a better cargo bay. That's not what I'm going for. Energy, energy, energy. Plus a battery. Energy production, plus 44%, and recharge rate, plus 30%. If I install it permanently, that's another 22% bonus. Let's see, this is an internal defense system. Let's get rid of those. Ah, that didn't upgrade. Okay, 5 improved trading systems. Now I have a blue one. And what else can I upgrade? Shield, 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 shield. That's a blue shield, plus 49 shield durability. Transporter systems. Better transporter system, 2.2 kilometer range. Unarmed. And a couple of armed. Plus 3 armed turret slots. I'll do the same thing with these. That's another plus 3 armed turret slots. And then I can put all of these 3 in. Add a battery. And maybe, there we go, get a plus 4 armed turret systems. Now for this one, anything else I can get? Deep scan radar range. And 2 mining. It's going to be anybody's guess. There we go, radar range. Although the upgrade's not that good. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 random ones. Jump range. Okay. Highlight range. This is good for the Roadster, for example. And I'll add 1 shield reinforcer. It didn't get upgraded. Despite installing 5, it didn't get upgraded. Or sorry, installing 4. Crap. Shield, shield, shields. Cargo bay. It didn't get upgraded again? Huh. That sucks. I might wait a bit with the rest of these so I can get more of the same type. And, well, you can also toss in these things. You never quite know what's going to come out on the other end, though. So, I think that's enough research for one day. Alright, Roadster. Check out this one. You can just use the jump gate. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the sector to get loaded. There we go. Noble metal mines. Yeah, it's another mining sector. Check out that one. And we're gonna check out this unknown energy signature. Actually, no, that's something that the Roadster can do easily. Let's go for the unknown hidden mass. Anything interesting here? Ooh, that's a big wreckage. What is that made of? I can temporarily switch this one out. Let's see, it's going to detect Xanium at the best. I wouldn't be surprised if this is about 1 million in resources. Trinium. 43,000 in Trinium, that's all? Well, that's a bit underwhelming. Trinium is welcome, that's for sure. But do I really want it to be chewing on it that much? Anything in here? Nope. I need to be over there. Right. Any asteroids that I can claim to boost my income a bit? Ooh, nice. Look at that. A lot of stuff just got refined over there. I think that's both Venture and Vulture, who dumped all of their stuff in at the same time. So I'm back at 87,000 Trinium. Nice. Okay, I want you to go... I think it's going to end here, that jump gate. Or is it? No, it's going to go there. Alright, so this thing had a research station, or let's add 41k Trinium. Sorry, 43k. Which is really not that useful. I'd much rather find Xanium the next tier. What's this? Another wreckage. What sort of wreckage have we found here? Looks like another pretty big station. Judging by those extensions here, that's on that, I'd say it's a shipyard of some sort. That's another 44,000 Trinium. Ah, my engineers are done. So the Academy has now delivered my first shipment of engineers, and I now have trained engineers. So my engineer training is done. I could do with a bit more pilots, especially since I now lost a couple of pilots to the other ship. So let's say I want to have 2 complete fighter wings. So that's 24 fighters total. Let's train these guys up. It's going to take 30 minutes to train them up. And in the meanwhile, train up 27 sergeants as well, or at least as many as you can field. Lieutenants, I still need 7 actual lieutenants. Commanders cannot be just random crew members. Miners are good, gunners are good. The ship in 24080 cannot find anything more. Really? That's over there. I thought that's where I took on the Holy Rock, shall we say. But I guess we're done. Okay, in that case, you're gonna jump there, you're gonna jump to there. And nothing to refine? That's not true. You have stuff to refine, Vulture. No, you don't. It's just scrap metal. Oh, never mind then. In that case, I want the Vulture over here. And I want you to start chomping away at that thing. So you're gonna go here and salvage. Alright, what have you found? Larger sector with an equipment dock. Very nice. How about going here? Just trying to follow along with the network here. To figure out what else they have. Oh, a smuggler hideout. That's handy. That's not where that gate led, though. Smuggler hideouts are, as far as I've seen, never part of the standard network. You just don't get there. Alright, let's check out another sector. Bad guys. But I think it's not just bad guys, is it? No, there's wreckages in here. Alright, let's switch back my turret control system, otherwise I won't have enough turrets. Actually, no, I do have enough turrets. Armed turret slots, 14 out of 14. Okay. So I don't even need that upgrade. I just have enough slots as is. Interesting. Let's wreck these guys. So my vulture can come in and start chumping them up. And not only them, but also the rest that's in here. These guys don't have a lot of shielding, but they will get reinforcements. Down. Come on. Turn around. I got a couple of ships firing at me, but my shields almost don't seem to notice. Puny weapon systems. Lightning turrets. That could be another interesting weapon for my arsenal. Lightning turrets are again very good against shields, much like Tesla turrets. Depending on what tier you get, you can actually get bonuses. And there's another one. Come on. Oh, torpedoes inbound. Looks like it got shot down by the Sea Whiz. Yeah, my defensive lasers are taking down the torpedoes. Still, the torpedoes are things which are actually capable of inflicting a fair amount of damage if they don't get shot down. So let's take down this disruptor first. As a priority target. Oh, there's two of them on top of each other. One. Come on. That bolter turret that I have on the ship is still so good. Trinium, iron, Naonite. Still quite a decent amount left in these ships. Oh, you're launching torpedoes as well, are you? I think not. More? Yes, definitely more. They just jumped in. This guy has a torpedo icon. You're now a priority target. Get over here. Shields? 95%. Nice try, boys. Nice try. Come on. A bit more. Gotcha. Ooh, a couple of upgrades here. Upgrades and guns. Thank you kindly. This guy keeps lobbing torpedoes my way. Hardcore Marauder. What is that new turret that I picked up? Is that worth putting on the ship? No, it's not. Double lightning, 342 DPS. Point defense chain gun. Double chain gun. Yeah, no wonder they're losing. It's all pretty bad weaponry. Come on. It's hard to keep the ship on target. I'm just side strafing at 800 meters per second. And there goes your 161,000 shields. 30,000. 27. 22. Charge. He's definitely trying to run. I don't intend to let him. We just started production on another mining fighter on the provinces here. Torpedo destroyed. Stop running! Where are you hoping to go? There's no cover. You're definitely not outrunning this ship. The amount of torpedoes is getting out of hand. I have done a couple of tests with torpedoes and I quite like them. They're good weapons. My beef with them though is that they are expensive. If you could produce torpedoes aboard your ship, I would definitely do that. If they were things that you could, let's say, slowly produce over time, much like you can produce fighters, I would definitely use them. In their current configuration, though, I'm not too big of a fan. Because you can pay, let's say, about 40,000 for one torpedo, which, sure enough, it does a lot of damage. But the price is really quite high on those things. Because you're paying 40,000 for a one-shot weapon. Which can give a weak ship suddenly a lot of firepower, because you just need to have a small ship, like for example the Roadster. Put a torpedo launcher on it, and put a couple of torpedoes on it, a bit of torpedo storage, and you're good to go. And suddenly the Roadster can hit way above its weight class. Until it runs out of torpedoes. In which case, you are shit out of luck. So that's why I'm saying, if you can produce these things on your ship for resources, for money, for materials, I don't care what, I would jump on it. But as it stands, you can't. So I'm hoping that they're going to implement that in the future. Now, I did pick up a red turret. Zanian R salvaging turret that does 961 DPS. I'm going to put that on a fighter. That's going to be a fantastic salvaging fighter. Laser turret, lightning turret. Another lightning turret. See, these are getting better. Not great, but better. Double Tesla. Zanian R mining. I'll hang on to that one. Triple plasma. I don't know why I'm saving that one. Double titanium R salvaging. Nope. By the way, I'm saying I'm going to put this on a fighter, but that doesn't mean that you transfer all of the stuff over to a fighter. It's not like we're going to have fighters running around with 961 DPS on salvaging. Unfortunately, that's not quite how this works. You're going to get a much reduced number out of it. But still, they will retain a fair amount of that DPS, and especially that efficiency. So that's going to come in very handy. But I'll do that in a future episode, because this one has seen enough action. We've explored a bit more. We've come a little farther down to the southwest, closer to the core. And at some point, I hope to be running into more, let's say, Rinch in Zanian sectors. Because right now, I'm still struggling to find that stuff. Venture has just completed refining, and there was no Zanian in there. Despite the fact that my salvaging fighters can find it. It's just that maybe the Venture is too far to the northeast. I'll have to bring that over here as well. Anyway, more to do next episode. Potentially build the fighters. Make sure I can use those salvaging fighters, or that salvaging laser on the fighters. And, well, produce those things aboard the provinces. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you think of the new see-through ship that I have going on. I'll fill this thing in later in a future episode. But at least now I have a framework that I can work with. And that's going to be capable of growing far more powerful. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll catch you soon for the next one.